Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to talk about test case. We are going to cover these 6 topics in this video. Okay, so what is test case? How to create test case? What are the different components of our test case? What are different test status? And we will also see a sample test case. And what are the test management tools? Okay. So we will find out answers to these 6 questions in this video. So first of all, what is test case? Okay. So this is a definition of test case. A test case is a testing artifact which is used to test particular functionality or scenario. It shows what are the steps involved in a testing. What is the test status? If the functionality passed or failed, so we use test case to find out this information. It also shows lots of other information and helps to find out the test status, such as we prepare test status report in which we mention how many test cases are there to test any particular scenario or user story or functionality, how many of them were executed, how many of them were passed, how many of them were failed, and what is the overall status of the testing. You can have one or more than one test cases to test any particular functionality or scenario. But the ultimate goal is the functionality or the requirement, also called story, should be fully covered. Okay, so that means you can have one test case or more than one test cases to test any particular scenario or functionality. It doesn't matter how many number of test cases you write, but the ultimate goal is the requirement should be fully covered. The requirement should be covered 100%. So in the real-time situation, you get a requirement or story, and based on the requirement or story, you come up with the scenario. You come up with one or more than one scenario, and for each scenario, you come up with the test cases. Test case or test cases. It could be one test case or more than one test cases. Okay. And as I already told you, you can write one test case or more than one test cases, but the ultimate goal is the requirement should be fully covered. The test cases should cover 100% of the requirement. Okay. So this is test case. Okay. Let's go back. How to create test case. Okay. So how to create test case and what are the components of test case. Okay, so let's find out the answers to these questions through a sample test case. Okay, for that I have prepared a sample test case in Excel. Okay, you can create test case in Excel, you can create test case in other test management tools. So we are going to talk about test management tools in this last question. Okay, so for now, so this is a test case sample created in Excel. Okay, so these are the different components of test cases: test case ID, test case description, test case precondition. Okay, this is the number of steps we mentioned as 1, 2, okay, 2, 3, like that. So this is number only, and these are the steps. Okay, so we write the steps here. Okay, so this is the numbers to indicate the steps, and we write the steps here. Okay, and for each step we write the expected result here. Okay, in this column, and for this step we write the actual result over here. Okay, yeah, sometimes this is written before expected result, so it's up to you. you can write actual result, and after that expected result. It's up to you. And the next component is status. So the status could be pass or fail, or there are other status also. We are going to talk about the different status later in this video. And if there is any comments, okay, so we will see all these things taking an example. Okay, so these are the common components. Okay, these are the common components in most of the test cases, but based on your projects you can write like other components also, such as story. You can write sprint. Okay, sprint. You can write any other functionality. Okay, functionality. You can write any other build, person. Okay, and one important thing I forgot to mention here, that is assignee. Okay, whom the test case will be assigned to. Assigned to. Okay, so this is one of the important component. Let me highlight this. Okay, and after the test execution you can have attachment. Okay, attachment like for the screenshot or test result, it could be like JPG file or PNG file or any Word document, PDF document, Excel, anything it could be. So attachment. Okay, this is also one of the important component. Okay, so let's write a simple test case. Okay, let's write a simple test case and see how we write a test case. Okay, in real-time situation. Okay, let's take an example of a scenario to write test case. Let's suppose that we have to log into Facebook, and after that we have to log out from the Facebook. Okay, so to test this functionality, the steps we will be following will be opening the browser, opening the Facebook page. After that, enter the user ID, enter the password, right, and click login button. This should open your Facebook account page, and after your Facebook account page is open, you click the logout button and you log out from your Facebook account. Let's take this scenario as an example and let's write test case for this. Okay, so let's go to our test case. Okay, over here, so this is how you will write test case. So first of all, you need a test case ID. Suppose let's write something, test case 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is test case ID. Okay, so test case description could be like verify the log in and log out functionality in Facebook. Okay, and precondition could be sometimes there is precondition, sometimes there is no precondition, but let's imagine that the test environment environment should be up and running. Okay, let's assume this is a precondition. Okay, and after that we have to write the test steps. Okay, so first of all the steps will be open a browser. Okay, so it could be Chrome browser, it could be Firefox browser. Also, I think you can write like open a browser. Maybe if you want to test in a Chrome browser, you can write open a CSR in Chrome browser, suppose. Okay, so expected result will be the browser. Let's write like this: the Chrome browser should be open. Okay, and the actual result is suppose you are able to open the Chrome browser, then you can write the Chrome browser opened. Okay, so and next step is enter the Facebook page URL. Okay, and expected result is user should be able to enter the Facebook URL and it should open the Facebook page. Okay, so this is the expected result. Okay, let me make it bigger so that okay, and the actual result is it opened the Facebook page. Okay, and the third one will be enter the valid user ID. Okay, and the expected result is user should be able to enter the valid user ID. Okay, and actual result is user was able to enter the valid user ID. Okay, so next step will be enter the valid password. Okay, and the expected result is user should be able to enter the valid password. Okay, and actual result is user was able to enter the valid password. Okay, and the next step is click the login button. Okay, expected result is user should be able to click the login button and it should open the Facebook page. Okay, so let me okay, and actual result is it opened actually it should open okay button and actually it should open the user's account, right? Facebook account. Okay, so this is the expected result and it opened the Facebook account of the user. Okay, and another step is click log out button. Okay, and expected result is user should be logged out. Okay, and actual result is like suppose the user was logged out from the application, let's assume, then actual result is user was logged out. Okay, so this is a test case. Okay, so you can okay, these are the step numbers. Okay, and this is the step, this is the expected result, this is the actual result. Okay, and suppose you got all the actual results as expected, I mean you got correct results in all the steps, then you mark the steps as pass. This way. Okay, so this is a test case. Okay, so it's a positive scenario, all the steps passed. Okay, so this is a positive scenario, And actually this is one of the important thing is you can write whatever information is required for your project, you can write all those things, but this is important. So assign to, normally our test case is assigned to a tester who is going to test the test case. If you are going to test the test case, then you assign the test case to yourself. Tester's name over here, okay. And suppose maybe this login button is not working properly, okay. So you are mainly focusing on this login button. Suppose it doesn't allow you to log in. So actual result is user cannot log in, okay. Suppose this is the actual result you got, but you are expected to log into your account, but this is the actual result you have, okay. So then in that case this step failed, right, because you could not log in. So you write it as a fail, okay. If there is at least one step fails, then the whole test case is marked as failed, okay. The whole test case status is marked as failed, okay. And if suppose it failed, then what you do is you log defect, okay, and you log defect and you assign the defect to the developer and you mention the defect number over here, defect number, okay, because you have marked this as fail over here. So why it failed? Because of this defect, okay. So this is a test case, and suppose it failed, right. So and you have marked this test case as failed, then you will create the screenshot at what page or at what point of testing it failed, what kind of error message you got, or how so those things you take a screenshot, okay. So in the attachment section you provide the screenshot of the failed functionality or page, or whatever you have. As I already told you, it could be a JPG file or PNG file, or it could be PDF, Word document, or Excel. It could be anything, okay. So you will attach those you will attach that screenshot over here, okay. So this is a sample test case, okay, and this is how we write the test case, okay. So we don't need these steps, let me remove, okay. So this is a sample test case, okay. So this test case is trying to verify the login and the logout functionality in Facebook, okay. So let's go back to the questions, okay. So we covered this, okay. We also covered this also, different components of test cases, as I told you. So these are the test case ID, test case description, precondition and steps, expected result, actual result, status, component status. Comments is not a part of test case. It's up to you if you want to add this column, and these are also based on your project. You can have these also as part of your test case, or you can have more than these things in your test case, or this might not be required depending on your project. And this is also a required component, this is also a required component, okay. So these are the different components of test cases, okay. So and test status, okay. Let's discuss on this, okay. So we have seen there are two test status, one is pass, another is fail, okay. So there will be more test status, okay. Suppose on executed, okay, on executed, okay, and suppose the test case is new and the functionality is not ready to be tested, then you mark the step or test case as on executed, okay. And pass, fail we already discussed, okay. And there will be maybe on hold, so this is another status, on hold, okay. And there could be it is blocked, okay. So maybe some functionality is not ready, something is not ready, so because of that you cannot test this test case. Okay, so in that situation you mark the test case as blocked. Okay, so friends, if you see in this test case, like suppose if this step is failing, okay, if this step is failing, then you cannot go to this step, right? So this step is blocked, right, because of that defect. Because if you cannot log in, you cannot go to your Facebook page account, and you cannot log out, right? So this step is blocked, right? This is an example. Okay, so other status could be like in progress. Okay, suppose if the tester is testing this test case, then he can mention the test case as in progress also. Okay, and also like ASSIG and it assigned, or unassigned, on ASSIG and it assigned. So these are the different status, and this status can be used in the test case level or in the steps level. Okay, so these are the different status. Okay, so let's go back to our question. Okay, so we covered this also, and we covered this also, and test management tools. Okay, so I showed you the test case in Excel, but there are different test management tools. We use Excel also in many projects, but there are many test management tools in the projects. So some of them are QC. This is Quality Center. Okay, so this is QC. RQM, this is Rational Quality Manager. Okay, the other one is like Azure DevOps. Okay, so it's also there, and the other tool is like a Qtest, JAMA, like Jaffer. Okay, and Jira. This is one of the most popular test management tool. So these are the different tools available in the market and being used by different projects. And there are other tools also. So these are some examples of the test management tool. Okay, so in this video we discussed about what is test case, how to write test case, the different components of test case, different test status, and we saw a sample test case also, and the different test management tools. Okay, I hope this video will be helpful to you to understand testing and to enhance your testing knowledge. Let me know if this video was helpful to you or not. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video.